What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with my Arizona State Sun Devils 2016 college football preview. Talking about a team out of the Pac-12 South that went 6-7 overall in 2015, 4-5 in conference, finishing fourth in the Pac-12 South. They lost in their bowl game last year to the West Virginia Mountaineers. Kind of a close game at the end, maybe a little bit of a heartbreak for Arizona State fans. But anyway, moving to the first of my three key players, and I've got the running back Demario Richard. 1,000-yard rusher last year, probably the most talented player coming back on this Arizona State offense. A lot of the offense is going to hinge on him this year. They're bringing in a new quarterback who I'll discuss a little bit. I'll discuss that whole situation later in the video. But this is a guy that is going to have to carry the offense on his shoulders this year. There's no doubt about that. Losing as much as they lost on the offensive line, also only bringing back one starter. They lose, I believe 4 starters on the offensive line. That's going to be tough to run behind, but again, a lot of the team's going to be on his shoulders this year. So my second key player is Tim White, returning wide receiver for Arizona State, probably the most experienced one at that. He'll be starting alongside Cam Smith and Jalen Harvey. And then also Cody Cole is a talented returning tight end, one of the names to watch out for on Arizona State this year. But again, Tim White is the guy that's going to have to help whoever's starting at quarterback this year and really be a reliable number one receiver. So my third key player for Arizona State is Jojo Wicker, maybe the best player along this Arizona State defensive line. This is a defensive line that is going to need a breakout star this year. Jojo Wicker, probably the best player along this defensive line, as I mentioned before, has all conference type potential, and I could really see 2016 being a breakout season for him. So move into the first of my two X factors, and I'm going to start with the whole quarterback situation. So I'd say the favorite right now to take the starting role will be Manny Wilkins. Redshirt sophomore, but he hasn't started the game. I think he's the oldest one of all of them, but you've still got Brady White, Bryce Perkins, and then Dylan Sterling Cole are a recruit coming in this summer. So again, it's going to be an interesting situation. Again, if you're an Arizona State fan, I would anticipate Manny Wilkins will be the starting quarterback, but it's something to definitely keep your eye on for the 2016 season. It will have a large effect on this offense. So sorry, I got cut off there for a little bit. But moving on to Arizona State's defense, as I was about to do. This is a defense that kind of got demolished in 2015. They did not play that well. It's going to need to be an improved defense in 2016 if they want to be able to compete. I believe Todd Graham can fix the defense. He's a very aggressive-minded coach when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. And I do believe this defensive line can be dramatically improved, but that just goes for the defensive line. The secondary is going to have to be a lot better. There's a lot of things that will be in the hands of guys like Maurice Chandler, Kareem Orr. I believe that secondary, especially at the corner spot, is going to have to be a lot better. So moving to my trap game for Arizona State, and I think it will be Colorado. Again, much like Arizona, it's kind of hard to come up with a trap game for Arizona State because it's hard to tell what games they're going to be favored in. UTSA might be a big one just because that's their last game before a conference game start, and they do have to go to the Alamo Dome. But I don't think that's going to be too much a trap game. I think UTSA is not going to be that great this year, and Arizona State's going to be able to handle that no problem. But Colorado, they do have to go to Folsom Field on the road to Boulder, so another thing to watch out for. And again, comes in a pretty tough point in the season between the UCLA and Washington State games, so it does have the makings of a trap game. So move on to my biggest game for Arizona, and for Arizona State, and I think it will be Arizona. If they want to make a bowl game, I think it's going to end up coming down to this game at the end of the season. It's at Arizona. If you watched my video last time, I actually don't think they're going to come out victorious in that game. But it's something that, we got to wait until that point in the season. It's the last game of the season. Who knows how it's going to go for either team. Both these teams have a lot of uncertainty heading into the season. It could be very good or very bad. So, moving to my record prediction for Arizona State. I think they will go 5-7. I think it's going to be a rough year. They lose a lot. They lose their starting quarterback, Mike Berkovici. I didn't talk about that too much in this video, but they do also lose maybe their best player to skill position in DJ Foster, and I mentioned that they do lose 4 starters along the offensive line. I think that best case scenario, you're looking at a 6-win season for Arizona State. It's a very tough schedule this year. Texas Tech, they do get it home, but that's no easy game by any means. And then the conference schedule is not very friendly. They don't really draw any easy games from the Pac-12 North, maybe outside of Colorado. They do get Washington State and Washington. The Pac-12 North will be a tough division as a whole this year anyway. They do have to play Oregon as well. So that pretty much concludes this video. Like I said, Arizona State and a lot of uncertainty heading into the 2016 season, but I will be coming back later today with my Kansas Jayhawks preview. So if you want to see a football team that might be a little bit abysmal this year, then stay tuned for that. But that's pretty much it. See ya.